Hello guys, and welcome to another one of my first look at the games kind of videos here. So I'm looking into WWE Supercard here for the first time. It has been requested a few times, and I finally found the time to actually look into a game that I have to say surprised me like crazy in terms of how entertaining I felt it was. So the first thing coming up here is my very first look at the game. I recorded it at a time where I had no time really to do commentary on it and stuff like that. So just logging in, getting the complete noob look at the game, being a little slow, getting the tutorial stuff, entering in the username, all that stuff that you need to do when you are starting a new game, yeah. And then once I'm through that process, I'm adding in a little bit of game time from today. I had no idea what I was looking at here game-wise. It was a recommendation, going to completely blindfolded into it, and just really got quite a few recommendations for it. Several from the same person, so thank you very much for that. Very cool recommendation, but also I think 3 or 4 others actually recommended this game, so it has been on my list of games to check out, and yesterday was finally that time. So this is a card game based on wrestling. You have insane tiers of rare cards up to legendaries, and this is not something it's not easy to build up this stuff here. It is pretty fascinating for a grinder. Oh yeah, that's where the game won on me the first time. Okay, I can play with females looking like this and this. I'm okay, let's get it on, let's start this. I'm ready. We have fire, we have sexy females, what's not to like? Lightning. I'm on. So I was at the start, okay, I mean, I like wrestling, I really do like the concept of it. I like silly paints, I like gamifications, I like alphas, I like cosplay, I like so many things that I think come together in something such as wrestling. But let me be honest, the female cards there just kind of sold the game instantly. So yeah, I'm pretty simple that way, but that's who I am. Anyway, going through the browse your collection stuff here, and there are still things in the game I haven't figured out, such as combining things. But I kind of got the whole exhibition thing going on. I started on some kind of journey towards a huge, pretty crazy pants Undertaker card and stuff like that. May do another video on it at some point. This is pretty much information about how you level up your characters, how you make them stronger. You can use enhancements to temporarily boost your things in between battles. This information was not usable for me at the time because I didn't know what it meant. I would have liked to have had a base game before I got all this stuff, because it wasn't until after 18 hours of gameplay I figured out how to use these enhancements and stuff like that. Oh yeah, what's not to like? So there, and you get these trainers and items that you can use in battles as well. It took me a bit of time before those stop signs and the WWE universe. I had them from the start, but I didn't use them until today, and I started playing yesterday, so I had no idea how they worked. But I figured that stuff out now, so that's pretty cool. I feel that I have a good understanding of how the game works now, but it did take a little bit of me being a noob and a bit of gaming time to figure out, but I'm so happy that I gave this game that amount of time, really. So looking at this, I have no idea what is POW, what is TGH, what is CHA, what does all this mean? I was I have no idea, what should I do with all these numbers? I have a sexy female. That makes me happy. Now what? So I hit the exhibition. Okay, you play that against other players. So this is PvP, meaning that future videos are gonna come on my competitive clicker channel. Choose an opponent. Okay, these are all noobs, just as me. let's just go in and check out how the game works, because that is like the most important thing. You can only get so and so far with sexy females. I mean, that's just how it is. Especially if you want to catch people for the long run. So, pretty amazing setup here. This is like the coolest way I have seen a card game designed before. I also checked out the NFL version of the game and the NBA version, also very cool, unique ways for me to see a card game being played. But this was my first look at this stuff here, and I was crazy amazed by how they have tried to like put the character behaviors into these cards and use that as like the entire setup of these like stars coming, and it's so really cool. I mean, that kind of also really sold it to me. Luckily, because once you've played this a few times, it gets a bit boring. You can tap the screen and it goes like super speed, but the base idea I think is pretty fantastic, and it captures the entire like concept of the overall theme very nice. The thing that I didn't understand when I started playing was like, so you have two divas, as they are called, and you have other dudes, and I was like, I need to get rid of those dudes. I have no use for them. I mean, don't get me wrong, superstars and all that, people's idols, no disrespect meant. For me, I would have loved to just have full team of sexy female images to look at instead of crazy pumped male guys that look like they could crush me like this. I don't need that. So that was really the first thing I didn't get about the game, is how do I make my team, and I tried to replace characters and was like, I couldn't get in more females. So the setup that you're running with is completely fixed. You have two divas and you have the other dudes, and that's just how it is. And you don't know what kind of battles you're gonna be having. And the actual battle is very simple. Once you understand the mechanics of the game, it is insanely simple, and I don't lose that much. Let me just be honest about it. I'm on a pretty crazy win streak in here, but it's like a game like the classic War, who has the highest number. So if you're battling on charisma, the character with the highest charisma value just wins. If it's a team battle and you select two, the characters with the total highest value wins. So it's like pretty easy. Sometimes you're battling on two stats, sometimes it's on one, sometimes you combine two, sometimes you combine two divas, sometimes it's one male, sometimes it's one female. But it's a pretty easy battle, and you're like allowed to select. Obviously, when it says select the dude, you can only do that. When it says select the chick, you can only do that. But besides that, you get to select from the characters in your deck based on the stat that you see, and then you can use these like temporarily boosts to gain an extra advantage. After every battle you get one free pick, one free card if you lose, two if you win, and three if you like completely whoop the opponent without giving them a single point. So, scooping in 20 hours after I started with the game, obviously had university and sleeping time and all that stuff, but I've been enjoying the game quite a bit, and I managed to rake up a bit of super rare characters that I just wanted to train up here and make stronger before going in for like a bit of like a battle streak, just to showcase how some of the battles are played when you are less noob. Exactly. So what I'm doing here is that I am selecting some of the many cards that I had, that I have absolutely no use for, at least the way I see the game, and I am sacrificing them to make one of my super rare cards level up. And super rare cards are not good cards. They are, for me, the best I have, but after that it's like ultra rare, and then it's like something else and something else and something else. There are many tiers of rarity in this game, and I'm still at the noob level, but I'm like close to the ultra state, and it's a grind getting there. If you're doing this playing free like I am, you need to play like, I don't know, 1200 games to get your first free ultra rare, or like something like that. But there are other options. You can be lucky, you can play different game types to ladder up towards getting them as a reward. Like, there are so many options in this game. It's really cool, Definitely not something that is gonna be removed from my phone like really soon, because I want to progress here. I just need to find out, is there a way for this to be more competitive than what you're gonna be seeing in this video, because I'm just ganking people. I know that I'm at the noob level of the game, but I'm just whooping people. I mean, like completely. And it may change once I go from the super rare tier, where I'm about maxed out now, to the ultra rare tier, where I will be a noob again, having only one ultra rare. Will I then be playing against people with like 4, 5, 6 ultra rares and be the bad again? I don't know, because right now I'm just whooping people. It's like over and over. Of course I lose every once in a while. It's not like I only win, but it's like sometimes I get in and I lose, like get 2 whoops and a single win, but besides that, it's like I just win 3 out of 3 and I get my 3 picks and I get a lot of cards, I get to upgrade a lot, and I like that. I like that this game makes me feel really good at something. Plus I get to look at nice cards. Oh yes, I do. So just some of these animations, even though I've played the game for a while now, like in a day, I don't mind looking at them. It's okay just to sit and chill and enjoy a nice little animation. Oh yes it is. So this is a one-on-one battle between 2 divas, where I'm just crushing the opponent. Oh yes. Tag team is select 2 characters we're battling power and speed. I'm selecting a card now, so I'm boosting up. There we have it, the manager getting +3 power, +3 something else. I also get a bonus for having cards that are compatible, and that is based on the triangles in the corners of the cards. If they have the same color and opposite shapes, so that they can form a full square of the same color. If your cards have that, you get a 10% bonus to all stats, and if they don't have it, you get -5%. So that is a perfect battle. 3 wins means that I get an extra pick. Oh yeah, I changed my yeah, I like looking at that more. So by winning big, you get 3 picks here instead of 2. And this is basically just like, I hate when I get that. I get it so often. It's like, come on, I cannot even sacrifice that to level up my stuff. The selection process works like you pick until you get a rare card, or better at some point, and then you get new cards. And obviously if you have 3 picks, it's better than having 2 or having 1, because it means you need to do less work, as in win less battles before you get card improvements or enough to upgrade your existing cards. So I really like that setup. I'm currently at a point where I'm just about having maxed out the cards that I have, and I need to look into combining things to find out if that is viable or if it's just like a complete waste, because I should be moving up to the ultra rare tier like very shortly. I don't know. Like I said, I'm like 22 hours into the game now. I think I recorded this like 2 hours ago. So still obviously a lot of things for me to learn. Closing in on getting my 200 battle bonus. That's another very nice thing, that you kind of like scoop up and get free cards just for being active. So even if you are in bad luck or you're not very skilled, just by playing and being active, you get a free new card every battle. After enough battles, you get some kind of good upgrade, like a super rare card, or anything that matches up with your activity level, and that scales up throughout the game up to like thousands of games. So that is a setup I really like. There are many things about the game design here in this game that I think is pretty awesome. Yes, there is. The only thing that I'm thinking about in terms of this game here is, how much time do I need to put into this before I am at the top tier of cards? And when I get there, how do I progress? Like when I have the best cards, and I'm thinking it's like at some point I'm gonna curve up there. So when I have the best cards, then what? Is there a ranking system? Can I shine somewhere as being a good player? Or can I just brag to myself about having, like I have, what, I didn't see how many wins and losses I had there, but there has to be some kind of social system where you feel that you get rewarded for being very skilled, very lucky, having good collection, stuff like that. Also things I need to look into, so yeah, this is all really within my first day of gaming that I'm showing here. The last bit here is my most recent gaming up to like 2 hours ago. So there are, I feel like I have learned a lot in the game, and I feel the game is pretty amazing. But hopefully in a day or two I will be able to do an update, and I will have learned more or figured out new stuff. Or have crazy things is what I'm hoping as well. So, but right now, as you can see, I'm just raking in perfect win after perfect win after perfect win. And what it means is that it's also not very challenging. I don't need games to be challenging, but at some point I also know by experience, if I don't get challenged, I lose interest. Because if I don't get challenged, it's just gonna be like having another passive game running, except I need to be active. So if the only thing I get out of this is like a win grind with images that are very enjoyable, then it's also not gonna be interesting in the long run. So I'm very curious about what is going to happen for me in terms of the game difficulty once I move up to the next tier in the game. Will it be challenging? Will it get crazy? Will I just get whooped? How's it gonna be? That's what I'm like the most interested in right now. So, Diva Tag Team, I love those. Oh yeah. Some of these characters also have like special powers written down below, like at the bottom of the cards. Like they can have a chance to get additional power, a chance to get additional charisma. Like the better the card, the more crazy the hero power, I guess you could call it. But it's not a constant. It's like 18% chance to happen, or to proc, or whatever you would call it. I think 20% on some of the upgraded. I'm not entirely sure about the percentages. I'm also not sure if they increase with the rarity of the card. Like if you have a legendary card, is it an 80% chance to happen, or is it just like a flat low rate, so you can't really count on it? Like the sit down splash here, 26 to POW, like double 26, a chance to get 52 additional points. It's freaking crazy, but it only happens like 1 out of, I don't know, 3-4 battles. So, and often I have to say I select that card because I expect him to win anyway, and I almost never lose. So when he procs and I'm already like in the overkill phase, it doesn't really help me. It's not like it has been a defining thing when it happens in the game for me at this time, but perhaps it will be at some point. That's like I said, very new to the game, not trying to be like Dr. Annoying Pants here. I'm super hyped about the game. I'm not trying to be pessimistic or anything here. I'm just laying out my thoughts about the game, challenges, also like things that could be a problem for me, really only based on the very little game experience I have so far. Like I said, I wrote in the video 20 hours later, and that is literally 20 hours later. It's not 20 hours of game time, it's like 20 hours since I installed the app. Been sleeping, university, family time, it's almost Christmas, case clicking, so a lot of stuff has been going on. It's not 20 hours of game time, it's a few hours of game time, almost 200 matches. So I've been playing it like in the bus on the way to and from the university and stuff like that, because I'm getting a bit addicted to this. But let's not talk about addiction, shall we? It's not like I play too much already or anything like that. No, it's not. No, it's not. So once in a while I see like people with all good cards, but often they're not very upgraded. And I want Brie Bella. I really want her. Yes, I do. But anyway, yeah, it's also unfair with all those pictures. I mean, I'm just a simple guy. Anyway, I'm not sure if the PvP is a live PvP, Like, am I playing against that player right now, or is it pulling a player from the database, that player's cards, and like bot playing it? So I don't know if I'm actually playing against, is that person waiting for me to make these selections? I haven't tried, just sit with the phone and see if it times out. The feeling I'm getting is that it's not live, that I am just playing against the cards and setup of another player, but not the actual player. So when I defeat, who am I taking here? Am I taking David Jr.? Oh, well, let's see. Who I'm whooping. Go away with that. David Jr., yeah. So, like, I am not better than David Jr. because I'm winning here if a bot is playing with David Jr.'s cards, if you understand what I mean. So that is also, like, for me, a very important thing. Am I defeating a bot over and over and over, making it a mathematical game, really, because then it's just about selecting the best options, upgrading enough. There is no psychological stuff in it. There is only the random battle, because you never know, am I going to have like 2 single diva games in this? Am I going to have 2 tag team battles and 1 diva? Am I gonna you never know what kind of a game you're gonna be looking into. So that's like the wild factor, is you don't know what characters to keep. When you get the first battle, you can choose to go crazy, hands all in, just hoping to secure that single match. But you can also like try to figure out, well, if I use the second best character now, I can go with the team that matches if I get this battle option the next time around. That is like the wild factor, and I would like to see more game options like that, more variety, so that you can fool a little bit more around with tactics and strategy and trying to plan. But I don't know if it would make the game too complex. It probably would. Right now I'm still super happy about what I am playing, so I can't stop once I start, really, like, thinking about games. I go nuts. I go crazy nuts. So anyway, guys, I can see that I am moving towards the end of the win streak that I decided to record here. So what I wanted to just like make sure that I say is that I'm definitely gonna be making a few more videos about this. How much, I don't know, but definitely gonna be updating with it, because right now it's yeah, I like it, but it's gonna be coming future wise on my competitive clicker games channel, because I'm thinking I want to move all PvP games there. So that's like thing number 1. Thing number 2 is, if you guys know more things about the game that I do, and you probably do, I would love to hear like stuff about combination, about ladder systems, PvP. If you have any really cool combo options, if you know anything like sneaky pants about the game, like, please do share it. Also, if you have like specific usernames, if you play the game, that I could like keep a lookout for and like try to like battle you guys if I see them, because these games don't, the usernames I've seen don't look like super unique. Like, I see Aaron and Corey and Ashton. I mean, can you just call yourself, like, could you call yourself Loke Hansen if you wanted? It doesn't seem as if the game is limited, because normally when I play PvP games, they're like super crazy usernames, because it's limited to one person that can use any one name. But I'm not sure if this works like that. So obviously, if you just if you have a very common username, then I would know if I'm battling you, I guess, is what I was leaning towards saying. So let's have a crazy battle here against Ashton. Yeah, I like that. Oh, I like that. Yeah. And I don't know how many perfect games I decided to record in a row here. It's a lot. I think what I just wanted to do was to record the entire process of me getting the next rare card in this selection here. instead of like a fixed amount of of win streak kind of things. Just so the thought was that perhaps you had guessed, like the first time you saw it, oh, the rare card is there, and then if I go through it all, then like I guess it's kind of nice to know, oh yeah, I had it, you know, or I would have done the same. When I see unboxings and I see picks, I'm often like, I would have taken that one, you know. So I just figured I would at least continue the gaming streak until I got the rare card, so that if you were sitting there like I always do and you're like, dude, pick that one, then you could see if you would have gotten it like in the first go or very early anyway. So this is like a mirror match, only I'm stronger. Oh yes, I am. I love it. So I do believe this is gonna be the last pick and the last bit of Supercard gaming for me here, but definitely not the last. Yeah, there we have Biggie. So guys, that was what I had for today in a new look into kind of video here. As always, thank you very much for watching. Oh yeah, let's train her. How can I stop before that? Apparently I wanted to sacrifice Biggie. Yeah, I don't really have a need for more in that tier, at least I don't think so. There is this like King of the Ring thing. I haven't looked into it yet. At some point, obviously I will. I want to look into it all, but for now, level up. Oh yeah. So, thank you guys very much for watching.